my beloved child. A sacred gift bearing a mark, meant especially for you, is drawing near. And I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to prepare you to receive it with peace, discernment, and gratitude. This is not an empty promise intended to excite you for a moment, nor is it a passing comfort that will disappear when a new day begins. What is approaching carries the ability to untie knots that have existed for a long time within your family, your thoughts, and your journey. There are limitations you once believed you would have to carry forever. Cycles repeating from one generation to another, causing you to wonder many times whether life could ever truly change. But I want you to understand that delay does not mean rejection. Some gifts must be withheld until the person receiving them becomes mature enough not to lose them through haste, fear, or unwise decisions. For many years, you watched time pass and wondered why the things you prayed for had not yet taken shape. You saw others entering new seasons while you seemed to remain standing before the same closed door. At times, you blamed yourself, believing that you were not good enough, not worthy enough, or that you had missed your only opportunity. I saw that weariness. I knew the nights when you tried to preserve your faith, even though only a very small spark of hope remained within you. Yet it was precisely during the days when nothing seemed to move that you were being refined. You learned to distinguish what is lasting from what merely shines. To stop giving your heart to promises without foundations, and to stand firmly without requiring continual recognition from others. The gift that is coming does not need only open hands. It needs a person deep enough to preserve it. Use it wisely, and refuse to turn it into a reason for pride. I am not asking you to perform a ritual in order to purchase grace. Nor do I place the goodness of heaven within a button or an action upon a screen. Genuine agreement is revealed through the way you live, through your willingness to release the habit of diminishing yourself. Refuse to return to cycles that exhausted you, and accept responsibility for what you receive. Let your yes be spoken through changes within your daily life. When you learn to manage your time, protect your peace, keep your word, and act with integrity, you are opening your heart so that good things may take root. Faith is not impatiently demanding that everything happen immediately. Faith is the ability to continue preparing even when you cannot yet see the full answer. The gift may appear in a form you do not expect. It may be a professional door that was once closed and is suddenly opened by someone who has quietly observed your dedication. It may be a relationship restored after a long season in which both people had to mature through separation. It may also be someone who has carried you in their thoughts for a long time, but has not yet found enough courage to express what they truly feel. Yet, do not immediately assign a name to anyone or turn every small sign into confirmation. What is genuine will not come only through powerful emotion. It will carry clarity, respect, and consistency. If someone is truly permitted to enter your life, they will not force you to chase after them, require you to surrender your dignity, or keep you trapped in endless uncertainty. They will come through responsible actions, because a lasting gift always carries the evidence of maturity. There is a door that has remained sealed for a long time, not because you were forgotten, but because what lies behind it carries greater weight than anything you have previously held. Had that door opened while you were still easily guided by praise, you might have used what was given merely to prove your worth. Had it opened before you learned to establish boundaries, many people might have entered and taken what did not belong to them. Had it opened while you were still seeking love from a place of lack, you might have called possession, concern, and dependence connection. Therefore, waiting became the place where you were prepared. It taught you that what truly belongs to you does not have to be seized through panic. It also taught you that a great blessing does not only bring joy, it requires you to live with greater order. When restoration begins, you may notice that the first changes do not take place in your outward circumstances, but in the deeper feelings within you. The weight that once pressed upon your chest may gradually become lighter. The emptiness that once caused you to pursue what was unsuitable will no longer control you as it did before. You will begin to recognize that you no longer need another person to validate your worth in order to feel complete. That very change will help you receive the gift without suffocating it through fear of losing it. The person you were in former days might have held on too tightly, spoken too soon, or surrendered everything too quickly because you feared the opportunity would disappear. But the person you are now has learned to listen, observe, and give what is good enough time to reveal its true nature. I also want you to prepare for the possibility that some people will not understand what is happening within your life. When the door opens, some will rejoice, but others will begin to question, compare, or attempt to make you doubt. Do not rush to reveal every detail while what is new is still forming. A seed does not need to be dug up each day to determine whether it has begun to grow. Your responsibility is to protect the environment in which it can develop. Remain humble. Seek counsel from wise people, and do not grant access to anyone merely because they appear enthusiastic. Discretion is not fear. Sometimes it is the way you give something fragile enough time to become strong before it is exposed to the pressure of outside eyes. Do not believe that a great gift will remove every challenge. Some good things, even when they arrive, will still require you to learn new skills, heal old reactions, and release certain habits that have become familiar. A healthy relationship still requires honest communication. A financial opportunity still requires discipline. A new position still requires learning and responsibility. Restoration does not turn you into someone who never stumbles. It gives you a stronger foundation from which to rise. Therefore, when what you have been waiting for appears, do not ask only how it will make you feel. Ask what kind of person you need to become in order to care for it maturely. The more precious the gift, the deeper the stewardship it requires. Perhaps you will awaken tomorrow, and your circumstances will not immediately change in a spectacular way. Do not become disappointed because of this. Genuine transition sometimes begins with one small decision. You stop communicating with what continually drains you. Complete the work you have delayed. Open your heart to an honest conversation, or step out of the fear that has kept you still. The important moment is not when the sky displays a great sign, but when you begin living differently because you understand that the past no longer rules you. Through those small choices, the door that has been sealed for years begins to move. What was closed does not always have to break open with a loud sound. Sometimes it opens very gently, and only those who are awake recognize it. Therefore, receive this message as a loving reminder, not as pressure forcing you to believe something that has not been verified. I have come to protect your courage from despair and your hope from naivety. Open your heart, but do not lose discernment. Expect what is good, but test every opportunity through truth. Be ready to receive, But do not chase promises that seek only to exploit your longing. The gift bearing your name will not require you to betray yourself in order to reach it. What has truly been prepared will arrive with peace, responsibility, and the ability to remain. I, Archangel Michael, remind you that your waiting has not been meaningless. Your tears have not been forgotten, and you are no longer the weak person you once were. Enter the new day with the calmness of someone who has become ready, because the greatest good is not found only in the gift that is approaching, but also in the mature person you have become, so that you may receive it. Your moment of transformation is drawing very near, and every second you choose to pause and listen is helping to prepare you for a future unlike what you have previously experienced. I am not saying this to frighten you or force you to cling to an outward sign, but to remind you that your time is extremely precious. Every choice you make today is writing another line upon the pages of tomorrow. When you choose awareness instead of continuing to live without direction, when you choose to rise instead of surrendering again to exhaustion, you are entering the process of renewal. You may feel a very gentle stirring within, as though something is reminding you that you cannot continue living in the old way. This is not an invitation to chase temporary emotion, but a call to return to the worth, purpose, and strength I placed within you long ago. You do not need to prove that you belong to a special group. You only need to be honest about what is urging you to grow. I know you once waited for a very great sign, thunder in the sky, or an event so obvious that you could no longer doubt. Yet many important changes begin very quietly. They begin when you recognize that you are too tired of living according to fear, too exhausted from attempting to please people who do not know how to appreciate you, and that it has been far too long since you dared to ask what you truly desire. Some doors do not open through one sudden miracle, but through a small decision repeated each day. It may be the decision to speak honestly, leave what is no longer healthy, complete something you postponed, or stop diminishing yourself. A breakthrough does not always rush toward you like a storm. Sometimes it arrives in the form of clarity, helping you finally see what you need to do and giving you courage to begin. Therefore, do not believe your future can change only if you seize one single moment. What I have prepared for you is not so fragile that it will disappear merely because you are tired, distracted, or need time to understand. I do not control you through fear, nor do I withdraw guidance simply because you have not responded perfectly. I am patient with your process, yet that patience is not permission for you to postpone indefinitely. There are moments when you must stop making excuses, stop waiting for someone else to validate you, and accept responsibility for your next step. You do not need to see the entire path before beginning to walk. You only need enough honesty to recognize which door has closed, which habit is holding you back, and which voice you should no longer continue believing. I saw the times you were betrayed by people to whom you had given complete trust. I knew the feeling of being abandoned during dark days, when you needed a hand but received only silence. I also knew the times when you stood among many people and still felt unseen, as though your efforts, kindness, and perseverance had left no trace. Those experiences made you cautious and sometimes caused you to question whether you truly mattered. But your worth has never depended upon another person's ability to recognize it. Someone failing to see the light within you does not mean that light does not exist. A door that once rejected you has no authority to determine your entire journey. I do not deny that pain occurred, but neither will I allow it to become the final sentence of your story. Now you are being invited to leave the place that once convinced you that you needed someone else's permission before you could live according to your abilities. You do not need to continue standing at the edge, hoping that one day others will call your name. Begin calling by their proper names the qualities I cultivated within you: perseverance, kindness, the ability to rise again, and the discernment born through difficult seasons. The greatest validation does not come from temporary applause, but from the ability to look back upon yourself and know that you did not surrender. You endured days that seemed impossible, gathered the broken pieces, and continued walking even though no one knew how hard you had to try. That is evidence that the strength within you is not imaginary. There are places where you have never set foot, yet your preparation is creating opportunities for your name to be spoken with respect. There are people you have not yet met who will one day be strengthened by what you are learning today. Yet do not allow promises about the future to make you passive, sitting and waiting for something great to fall into your hands. I may open the way, but you must still walk. I may send an opportunity, but you must prepare to receive it. I may soften another person's heart, but you must still speak honestly and act with integrity. The change you sense around you must be answered with discipline, not only emotion. Correct the habits weakening you, restore order to your time, and clear away what continually fills your mind with confusion. You may feel as though thunder is echoing from far away, announcing that the atmosphere of your life is about to change. But remember that not every powerful feeling is guidance, and not every dramatic statement carries truth. I am teaching you to recognize what is right through peace, consistency, and the healthy fruit it produces. What comes from the light does not need to threaten that you will lose everything unless you respond immediately. It may urge you, but it will not manipulate you. It may awaken you, but it will not sow panic. When a decision is right, you may still feel afraid. But beneath the fear, there will be a steadiness that is difficult to describe. Learn to listen beneath immediate emotion, to the deeper place where wisdom is telling you to move forward without becoming hasty. A genuine breakthrough does not merely make your heart beat faster. It changes the way you live after the emotion has settled. It causes you to stop returning to the things that once wounded you. It helps you say no to disrespect, even when loneliness attempts to draw you back. It teaches you to remain patient while results have not yet appeared, and to continue doing what is right on days when no one is watching. Do not confuse excitement with transformation. Excitement may burn brightly and then disappear, but transformation takes root in choices and is strengthened over time. If you truly desire to enter a new season, begin with actions that may impress no one. Keep promises to yourself. Finish what you began. Rest at the proper time. Leave toxic conversations, and place your energy where good fruit can grow. For too long, you allowed outside voices to determine your limits. Some said you were not good enough, that it was too late, or that you could never change. Some remembered only the weaker version of you and refused to believe that you were growing. Yet they were not present during the nights when you lifted yourself again, nor did they know the battles you endured in silence. Do not spend your whole life trying to persuade those who have already chosen to view you through prejudice. Allow results to speak instead of arguments. You do not need to shine in order to shame them, Shine because you no longer wish to betray your own potential. Neither must you become hard in order to prove your strength. Genuine strength can remain gentle, know how to forgive, and still preserve boundaries that cannot be negotiated. I want you to step into the light, not as someone invincible, but as someone who understands that fear no longer has permission to lead. You may still tremble when you begin, still carry questions, and sometimes need to pause in order to regain your calm. None of this makes you weak. Courage does not mean fear has disappeared. Courage means you no longer give fear control of the direction. Let every day become an answer. Today, you will move one step farther. Speak one honest word. Protect a young dream, and refuse to return to the place from which I helped you escape. When you live in this way, no one will need to be persuaded that you have changed. Your peace, self-control, and the way you stand firmly will tell the story by themselves. My beloved child, what is about to unfold may overturn the familiar world around you. But you do not need to cling to sensational promises in order to believe that your life can be renewed. Hold to the truth that you still possess the ability to choose, learn, build, and begin again. I am not calling you to stare endlessly at a screen or depend upon one message in order to receive power. I am calling you inward, to the place where you must decide whether you will continue delaying or begin living as someone who knows their worth. Take a deep breath. Place your feet firmly upon the ground and look directly at what is waiting for you to do. The door ahead will not be opened through panic, but through clarity, trust, and steadfast action. Your moment does not disappear when these words end. It truly begins when you rise and bring what you have recognized into your life. During the quiet times when you believed nothing was changing, I was still arranging important transitions to bring you closer to what had been prepared. You cannot see everything, but that does not mean everything is standing still. Doors are being opened in places you never considered. Encounters are being arranged before you even know you will need them. Answers began moving toward you while you were still wondering how much longer you would have to wait. Do not judge my work only by what your eyes presently see, because many great changes begin in silence. Roots always grow beneath the soil before a shoot appears, and your season is being established in the same way. Trust that everything opening has its own timing, order, and purpose, even if you can currently see only scattered fragments. The trials you endured were not punishment. They were the place where your inner strength was refined. The seasons of waiting were not rejection, but the way I protected you from entering something that was not yet ready. There were things you sincerely requested that might have become burdens rather than blessings had they been given at that time. I do not look only at what you desire in one moment. I see the entire road, the lasting consequences, and the person you need to become in order to preserve what you receive. Therefore, there were times when I redirected you away from what appeared to be the shortest path and led you through a longer way that was safer, deeper, and more aligned with your purpose. You once called it delay, but one day you will look back and call it protection. Every door that closed also carried mercy you could not understand at the time. There were places where you knocked for a long time, people you tried to keep, and plans you believed were indispensable to your future. When those things left, you felt as though an opportunity had been taken from you. Yet I knew that what waited behind those doors did not match the value you carried. Some places wanted to use your abilities without valuing who you were. Some connections possessed only enough strength to walk with you through an earlier season. Some invitations looked beautiful outwardly, but quietly pulled you away from peace. I closed those paths before they could take too much of your strength. What you called loss was often my hand, pulling you away from a future that did not belong to you. Throughout the journey, you were always being supported. Even when you felt as though you had to fight everything alone. I used pressure to make you more steadfast. Loneliness to teach you to hear the voice within more clearly. And disappointment to help you recognize what was genuine. You are no longer as easily carried away by every promise because time has given you discernment. You no longer place your entire worth within the recognition of others because you have learned to stand firmly even without applause. Every part of you is being refined so that you can carry greater responsibility without losing humility. When something good appears, you will understand why I did not allow it to come earlier. Because now your hands have become steadier enough to receive and preserve it. What is approaching will carry such a clear mark that you will not need to persuade yourself that it is merely good fortune. You will see precision in the timing, harmony among many circumstances, and the way things that once appeared unrelated suddenly come together. An ordinary conversation may open a great door. An opportunity that appears small may lead to a far-reaching change. Someone you never expected to help may appear at the exact time you need them. I have more paths than your mind can predict. And I am not limited by the options you currently see. When the transition occurs, you will recognize that it was not created through manipulation, chasing, or efforts to prove yourself. It will arrive through order, clarity, and peace. However, I also want you to understand why you have recently felt heavier than usual. There are days when your mind has been covered by weary thoughts. Fears have appeared without clear reason, and sadness has arrived unexpectedly. You wondered why you felt weaker just when you believed you had become stronger. Do not quickly conclude that you are returning to where you began. Often, weariness simply shows that you have carried too much for too long without allowing yourself to rest. Old memories may also rise as you prepare to enter a new season because the part within you is afraid of leaving what is familiar, whatever the reason may be. Do not allow temporary darkness to convince you that your future has been cancelled. The voices urging you to surrender often become loudest when you are drawing close to change. They remind you of former failures, magnify every limitation, and cause you to believe you do not possess enough strength to continue. Yet you did not turn back. You maintained trust during days when you felt nothing. You continued praying when your hands were weary. And you chose to rise even when you could take only one small step at a time. That perseverance revealed the strength I placed within you long ago. You did not overcome because you never trembled. You overcame because even while trembling, you refused to surrender authority over your life to fear. Every time you continue, you demonstrate that pressure cannot take away your calling, dignity, or hope. During the nights when you sleep, you do not need to carry every worry into your rest. Place what you cannot control into my hands. Certain dangers you never recognized were redirected. Some meetings you believed you missed were actually circumstances from which you were protected. Some people gradually left your life before their true intentions could cause deeper harm. I do not want you to live suspiciously or look upon everyone with guarded eyes. I want you to remain awake while preserving gentleness. My protection does not turn you into a fearful person. It helps you walk peacefully. knowing that what does not belong to you cannot remain forever, while what is truly good will not need to be sustained through anxiety. Some people appeared supportive before you, but spread words behind you that weakened your reputation. When they are moved out of your close circle, do not rush to pull them back merely because you are afraid of losing a relationship. Distance is sometimes the answer to the prayer for protection you once spoke. Not everyone who leaves is evil, but not everyone is appointed to enter every season with you. Some were able to accompany you only while you remained small. When you began to change, they no longer knew how to stand beside you. Be grateful for what was once good, but do not turn gratitude into a chain binding you to a place that has completed its purpose. The blessing that is coming is not meant to prove that you are better than others, but to confirm that your years of faithfulness were never forgotten. When the door opens, enter with humility. Do not tell everything to everyone. Announce plans that are still young, or allow joy to make you careless. Let the results speak instead of endless explanations. Those who sincerely love you will rejoice that you are being supported and will not attempt to take possession of what has just been entrusted to you. Those who only want to benefit from your change will soon reveal themselves through the way they respond when you establish boundaries. I will help you recognize the difference if you refuse to let emotion or pity cloud your discernment. My beloved child, every piece is now gradually finding its proper place. The years you once believed were wasted are becoming a foundation. The prayers that seemed unanswered are opening the way to an answer deeper than anything you imagined. The times you were redirected are leading you toward the place where you need to stand. And the separations are creating space for something more suitable to enter. You were never left behind. You were only led along a road whose purpose becomes clear as you approach the meeting place of promise and timing. Continue walking calmly. Do not run ahead of me, but do not retreat because of fear. What I am opening will help you understand that all the pressure failed to destroy you. It only made you steady enough to receive a new season with clear eyes, a peaceful heart, and hands capable of preserving what is precious.